Alright, this is Sesh Ruffler with Revisiting History. I am here at Scottsdale Fashion Square Mall, where we had riots 2 days ago. We had Logan Paul, or Jake Paul, I apologize. One of them, I don't really care which one, was here and rioting. We do have a couple police officers staged down the street, but we are here at Fashion Square Mall. Let's go check it out and see if anything's been really damaged. So I just spoke to a gentleman down here. He said that the store he works in, I'm not going to say the store for safety reasons, but he said that they were mostly untouched. He said the Apple Store, Neiman and Marcus, said the streets across had some pretty significant damage. We're going to go around and take a look and see if we can record some of the damage that happened. He said the Apple Store got really, oh wow. Let's go take a look at this. This is pretty interesting. Now as you look over here, this is going to be where that idiot Paul brother was at. You can see the mall's been boarded up now. It's completely boarded. Looks like the glass is in decent shape considering we got another door boarded up over here as well. So, Revisiting History, make sure you like and subscribe. We're out here covering this live down here at Scottsdale Fashion Square, where we had rioting and looting take place. As you can see behind me, we have the doors that have been actually completely knocked in. The glass is destroyed, but the surrounding glass it seems to be intact all the way around. Let's go take a walk around the mall and see if we can see any more damage. As you can see, the entrance to the square has been blocked off here. We have police lines basically up and down the road, and then we're going to cross over to the other side where I hear a lot of destruction. I'm here at Scottsdale Center Mall. It sounds like we have two businesses that were mostly unaffected. We have one shop that did have a window busted out. I'm actually standing out front of another part of Scottsdale Mall that it's all boarded up. We do have some gentlemen upstairs cleaning. There's a giant visible crack where something's bounced off the glass above. You can see right in front of me the boards. They're trying to keep up the window. Sort of, you can see the glass up top. If I can zoom in on there. It's been shattered. Right there, you can really see it. But this is Scottsdale Fashion Center Mall, where it's amazing to think that we had people coming out of town like the Pauls to come and destroy our city, our towns in such a disgusting manner. Now you look across the street and it's going to be the same thing. You have almost a full block of shuttered businesses. It's absolutely terrible. Now we're going to go across the street. We have a little bit of a police presence ahead of us. Looks like they do have some police scattered around the area. I'm going to go ahead and check out the Thomas title. Looks like down here we also have a lot more of the same. And I'm going to keep recording this until we get started. Like walking into the aftermath of a war zone. You see all these buildings busted up and the glass repairs and the cops. This isn't the country I know, man. Hopefully we can get things back to normal. Now I talked to the manager of the mall. I handed her my card. She said they're going to get back into the PR within the mall. They were not able to comment on when the mall would be reopening, but I figured I'd ask just because I think it's an important question for us to know as we return to normalcy within the state of Arizona. Don't get out there and revisit this history, but stay tuned because we're going to be trying to cover as much as we can of this in the following week. Now, as I look, it almost seems like as it started over towards the front of Fashion Square, moved through Fashion Square, hit Shake Shack, hit the Shade Store, moved into the mall from this angle, and then continued the rampage down the street, which we're going to go take a look at. And I'll tell you, this is like living in a nightmare. It's like waking up and the whole world's on fire. Here's Nordstrom. Again, I am here in Scottsdale Fashion Square near the Paris Optiques. You see a lot of people trying to get back to business, even though we see a lot of things still shuttered. This is pretty amazing considering the fact that things are so damaged around the area. You see almost everything opened up. You see a couple shops here and there open, but more than that, it's just destroyed. So I'm outside of P.F. Chang's. I just talked to somebody who was here during the unrest. They said that this building was breached. This building was breached by the Paul brother, and as Arizonans, we can all say we're pretty disgusted. Hopefully I can reach out and get some contact from the headquarters of P.F. Chang. I'm really looking forward to following this lead, and I'm very sad to be standing here in the exact spot where people are pillaging and looting my town. Stand for what you believe. Don't break things. Love your country. You know, there's bad people out there. There's always bad people out there, but you got to do what you can to save this country. So here's the spot where they raided. It's pretty disgusting. Actually, a really beautiful element I see here. It's like a structure. As you can see, the doors, the door hinges. It's like 2, 3 large doors lined up in here, and it's all glass. You can see it's me bouncing around here. You can see there. Oh, cool! Music, nice. That's what I like. You see some light tagging in here. Probably a lot of it from last night. Got some fingerprints. Go ahead and check that out. But it's interesting. I've never seen anything so beautiful right here in Scottsdale. So this is SB Shreffler. It's SB Shreffler revisiting history. As you look behind you, you can see the most significant elements of the damage. I've gone down this street. We are on Camelback and Scottsdale, and that's going to be where most of the damage is. Again, I can't cross it into this because there's no sidewalk. There's no construction going on. I want to show you that is the substantial area where most of the damage is taking place in Scottsdale. You can see behind me there's quite a few stores. Almost the side of what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get up here. I'm going to loop around, and I'm going to try and get the other side of the road from that angle. So hopefully you can see the amount of stores that were damaged. So here's the first graffiti we've come up on related to the protest. I wanted to go and show that right outside of the Christopher Feltus. And then across the street you can see the plethora of buildings for like almost a block straight, just destroyed. Mattress Firm, FedEx, Chipotle, Comerica, and then of course the Apple store just destroyed from what I understand. So we're going to have to circle it back up. You can see all the broken businesses, and then we'll go check out another part of Phoenix that I have a tip on. I'm SB Shreffler reporting for Revisiting History. I think it's funny Mr. Paul wants to be so tough fighting fake rappers. I'd like to see him come out here and exchange some fisticuffs with me. I guarantee it wouldn't be a good ending for him. Jake, this is a call out for you, bud. I can get down to 175. I see you fighting 175. I will body you. So I'm actually leaving Scottsdale Fashion Square, and I talked to some more gentlemen. They said that the Apple store is gone. So anything worth any kind of brand name value is completely gone. They said they actually came from Arrowhead this morning, took down the boards off the doors because they're opening back up permanently. Down here, it doesn't look like we'll be taking the boards down shortly. So here we are, Scottsdale Fashion Town Square. Things continue to change. I don't know for the better or the worse. It's hard to tell right now. You can kind of stick your finger in the wind at any moment and get a different feeling. But we'll see how this goes, man. They're not very happy about all this. So it's not just certain people. You see a lot of visceral reactions from all people.